I thought New Hampshire played extremely hard. What a gorgeous day in Colorado today. I think, was it a record high? I don't know. It was extremely hot out there. And I thought our team came out and played hard and physical. Had a couple mistakes that kind of made the game last a little longer than it should, I guess. But I was pleased with how our state of mind, our aggressiveness, our physicality in the football game. So I'll take any questions at this time.
Coach Mack, you guys were only up 7-0 after the first quarter, and I knew after a big, huge emotional win in Lincoln last week, you guys had a little bit of a sort of a letdown. Did you think that a little bit? No, I didn't.
They were, if you notice what they were doing offensively, they were holding the ball and snapping it with like 2 seconds and just really trying to milk it. We had a couple good drives, and then, should have been up 35-0 at halftime. We're right down there, at least 31-0. So I thought overall that they were playing physical. We were doing some good things. It just the way the game the game was kind of a little bit of a, I don't know exactly how to explain, but they wanted to slow it down, make it one of those type of games, kind of like a stall team does in basketball, where it kind of looks a little ugly, but then it kind of all of a sudden explodes. It's kind of what was happening. But I thought overall we were being a physical football team, which is what I wanted to see. Which you get nervous when a letdown. You're not real physical. You're lackadaisical. We weren't that way.
It almost seems like the description can now just be that's Visca with some of the stuff that he does.
Yeah.
What was just first of all your impression of the play that he made, and then were you guys just trying to lighten his load overall today?
After the last game, had a little bit of AC sprain, so we wanted to make sure we were going to play him, but we didn't want him to get hit a ton if we couldn't help it. And so we played in the first half, and at halftime we talked to him, and I said, let's shut him down. And so that's what we did. He's going to be fine. He was a little sore. And I wanted to make sure he knew how much we cared about him, and we're going to use him, and he knew it. And he said, Coach, I'm hurting a little bit. I said, okay, shut it down. And but he did some really good things in the game.
Aside from Hagler and Purcell, a lot of switching on the offensive line. Are you still kind of looking for that best combination of 5 guys up front?
We're still looking, but we feel like we've got some guys that can play. And Brett Tons' ankle, he tried to do it all week, and then he tweaked it again Thursday. And so he wasn't really able to be full speed. So we started Jake Moretti at guard, and I thought Jake did good. So we played Kari Cush in there too, and played Will Sherman at left tackle. I thought he did well. Played Josh Kaiser and Aaron Hagler at right tackle, and so I thought those guys did well. And so we just keep moving, keep working with them.
Last year, you guys started off 3-0 as well, and then stumbled a little bit down the stretch. The younger team, how do you make sure they don't get complacent?
I don't think they'll get complacent. We're gonna go back down the hill. I know that Adam and Brian Howe love walking up and down the hill, so we're going to go down the hill. They have to park their car up here and walk up and down, though, when they come to practice. So we're going to go down there and practice next week. On our off week, on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we'll lift Tuesday, give them off Monday, and get a preseason mentality. We finished our preseason, now we're going for Pac-12 season. So we're going to go down there and have a good, aggressive practices for 3 days, and then get ready to play UCLA after that.
Coach, kind of going back to having different players on the offensive line, having Neuer in, getting a lot of backups, some repetitions in game form. What does that mean to those players and to you as a coach to be able to see what they can do in game situations?
It means a lot. They get out there for the first time a little bit and do things. They can see good things they do. They can see bad things they do, so you can correct them, you can coach them. They know what they need to improve on. Gives them a good feel of what it's going to be like. So I think it's invaluable on that side of it at times.
Now that you guys are on the Pac-12 play, particularly the South Division, at least through this stretch, looks pretty open. What's just your impression of the conference landscape now that you guys are at that stage?
I really don't know. I mean, we've all played different games. We've had different situations. The teams keep getting better as the season goes along. You have injuries and things that happen. I think the whole Pac-12 is completely wide open. So we'll get into Pac-12 play, and we'll see how everybody comes out.
Coach, you said here at 3-0, you probably expect to be 3-0. What do you like about what you've done and now that sets you up for the conference play coming up?
I like our resiliency of our football team. I like our fight and our effort. I like our closeness. I like our mental toughness. I like our physical toughness. We're going to get punched some, but we're not going to stay down when we get back up and punch back. That type of thing. We're not going to. You can't count these guys out ever. And so I really have seen that, and I've seen visuals of it in games. I've seen visuals of it in practice. I've seen the way they lift each other up off the field in hard situations. They're really a together group, and I think they're extremely mentally tough. And those are going to be some big factors for us. And as we go through this, we're going to have some great days, and hopefully we don't have any bad days, but we might. But we're going to have a lot of great days because these kids are never going to quit.
Trayvon McMillan, obviously, big game for him.
Yep.
He had a huge run to start the third quarter, but these are the types of things I know you want to see out of him. And so what was it like for you to see him have a big game like this?
Yeah, he played really well against CSU. He made a couple of good runs last week against Nebraska, and he made some really good runs today. He's a really good football player that the guys have really gotten to know and like, and he's fit in really well. He's very humble, and he is a true team player. And he'll have some other big games this year for us, and he's going to need to for us to be successful.
Mike Davion has 2 fumble recoveries in 2 weeks. Picked that one up, scoop and score today. Is that what you were expecting out of him as far as the athleticism and the plays he can make in that position?
Yeah, he is. He's gotten better each and every week. Football's a little bit new to him, and he's getting better and better every week. And he has that explosive athleticism, and he'll make a lot more plays. He caused a big fumble last week in the game also. So I'm excited about Davion and where he's improving.
Overall, Coach, you guys pretty healthy going into the bye week? You can take some time?
Yeah, I think we're pretty healthy. I mean, we'll have a few guys beat up, but we'll, the guys that can go this week will have excellent practice. If not, we'll rest some guys, and we'll kind of see tomorrow how some guys are feeling, then Monday and Tuesday, and then crank it up. We'll be lifting hard Tuesday and cranking up Wednesday.
Obviously, Steven throws the pick there at the end of the first half, but overall, 3 games in, how would you assess how he's played?
He's played really well. He plays really well. He's been really sharp, done some really good things, and I think he's a heck of a football player. He's going to need to play well for us to be successful, and I definitely believe he will.
Talked a little bit about Trayvon, but how important is it to establish the run game going forward to take some of that pressure off Steven?
It just depends on what the teams do. We're going to whatever way we need to win the football game. Again, I always correlate to basketball. If you play a basketball team that's overplaying the three-pointer, then you got to get inside. You got to do picks. If they're backing off, you got to hit the three-pointer. I mean, so every team's going to play us differently. We got to figure out how they're playing us, how they're doing it. Steven can adapt and do a lot of different things. If we're not going to need to be able to run it, if they're going to play more coverage, then we need to be able to run it. If they're going to get aggressive with us, and we're going to have to make some big plays in the passing game. He can see it now. He can understand it now. He knows what's going on. Week to week is going to be different. We just got to find a way to win that Saturday, win that game, that's just the way it is in college football now.
Coach, in your years of coaching, have you ever been opposite Chip Kelly?
No, I've never been opposite Chip Kelly. No, I haven't. I've been, today was his main mentor. I went opposite of, and then last week was I guess his protege or his one of his pupils he studied under. So we've been against 2 of them, and now we'll go against, I guess, the real McCoy when we play them here in 2 weeks on a Friday night. It's gonna be fun.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks. I hope y'all hope y'all wear your suntan lotion today. Did you wear suntan lotion today, Brian?
No.
Oh, you're gonna be in trouble.
I'm going to make you one more since you're going to make me one.
Okay. Yeah.
James Stefano, obviously, you talked about that.
He we kicked him for the first time a little bit Thursday. He felt okay. So we went into warm-ups, and he came over me in warm-ups and said, I feel good. So we went with him, and he was ready to go. We had Evan ready to roll if he wasn't, but James felt good.
I know it's just a 19-yard field goal, but good for him to make that.
Oh, yeah, and I watched him. He came straight through it. He didn't cross over. So all of that was good. He's got, the good thing is we got a couple weeks here to truly get him well and then get him ready to roll for Pac-12 play. And, we had to push Evan and Davis Price this week hard, so they got a lot of reps and put pressure on them in game situation type things in practice. So all of that to me is a positive for the future, too.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Oh, don't forget about tomorrow morning. I expect to see you there, Brian. 8:30, hike for her. All right? Okay, thanks, guys.